All right, very pleased now to be joined by Tunde Adeleke, Ticats defensive back. And Tunde, I haven't talked to you in a while, so just wanted to check in, first of all, see how you're doing. How's the offseason been treating you?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Just the usual off season, getting ready to get back into it. It's nice this year, with how last year and the previous years went with COVID and everything. We know something's going on soon, so everything's open back up in Ontario. So excited to be back.
Yeah, we were talking about this with Courtney last week. He kind of had this philosophy that during the season, you're training at 100%. Maybe the week after the season, you're down to about 10%. If I were to put that scale to you right now, less than 2 months into training camp, where would you say your training's at?
I'd probably say like 80 to 90% right now. Just it's nice outside. A lot of the guys like in Ottawa, there's a lot of CFL guys too. So we're starting to get together and starting to work out and actually get on field stuff. So I feel like this is where everyone starts to ramp up and things like that.
Let's talk about some of the guys around you, because you bring in Ticats brought in a guy like Alden Darby. You're bringing back Richard Leonard, Ciante. When you look at the DB room going into this season, what jumps out to you?
Just depth, like the amount of like veteran depth we have, and having Rich back and Darby on the team. It's exciting to see what we're gonna do. Like we already have a group chat and everything, and it's the fact that we all know that there's going to be a lot of battles in camp, and that's going to make the best guy or the guy who comes out of it on top even better, So we're excited to all work together.
You got Coach Butler coming back as an assistant DB's coach, but a new head DB coach in Coach Bradley. Has he been added to the group chat yet? Have you reached out? Has he reached out to you? What have you been hearing from him?
Oh yeah, 100%. We've already got to work. Like exactly when he got the job in the position, he reached out to I think all of us and just talked about like what kind of coach he was, what he was trying to get out of us. So I think we're excited to work with him. It's always good to get some new pointers, more coaching, something different, just to add to your toolbox.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Combine, because this Combine's coming up, but you had a pretty memorable one back in 2017. Can you remind Ticats fans what made it so special for you in 2017?
I think my biggest part of that was running the fastest 40 at the Combine, but the whole Combine for me was a great experience. It was just the time there and getting like the first real pro experience was very different for me, and I learned a lot for myself from that opportunity.
Now, you had actually I don't want to rephrase this poorly, but were you disappointed in your 40 time? Because I'd watched an interview with you afterwards. You said you were aiming for under 4.5. So even at 4.58, even though you were the fastest one, did you feel like you left something there?
Yeah, I feel like I could have ran something a little bit faster, but it's how it happens. You can't dwell on it too much, and it's one little thing. I feel like I still move pretty fast on the field.
Yeah, I would say so. What else do you remember about the experience? Because there's those interviews, there's that one-on-one, and for a lot of guys, there was no in-person 2020 Combine. 2021 was really reduced. So this is kind of back to a little bit of normalcy. What do you remember about that 2017 experience?
I think the interviews was like my biggest thing. And then it was just like going into interviews and hearing the coaches are going to tell you what they like about you and then what they think like you need to work on and things like that. So I think my biggest thing was getting in those interviews, hearing those things, and getting back to Ottawa and trying to work on those things as quick as possible, to get as good as possible. And then the one-on-ones at the Combine was probably my biggest eye-opener, just to see like the type of talent I got to go against. And then knowing that when I get in the CFL, the talent's going to be a lot higher than that, because there's going to be guys who've been in there for 5 years, like crafty vets and things like that.
The interview process, we've heard stories from NFL combines, previous CFL combines. They asked some strange questions. Did you ever get asked a weird question or something that maybe caught you off guard at the time?
Man, I'm trying to think back to it now. I don't think I got anything too crazy, but like there was a lot of like times I'd be in there and they're asking something. I'm like, I didn't prepare for this. Like I didn't expect the coach to throw this at me and stuff like that. Like I know some guys they'd pull up your film and just like call you out on something right there, So I'm happy that never really happened to me, but yeah, there's some things to go down.
So what advice do you have for some of the guys who are attending this weekend in Toronto? If they were to ask you for advice, what would you tell them?
I'd say like, man, honestly, just have fun. Like at this point, for all the like the 40s and things like that, it's all about how much you've trained for that, And by the time you get to the combine, there's no changing what can happen. So, just go out there and do your best, perform, and then try to leave with something like learn. I got to learn something from this opportunity. Don't just go and then come back and be the same person. You should get a little bit better before you get your opportunity to play in the CFL,
Yeah, absolutely. Great point there. Tunde, 2 months, until training camp. What are you most looking forward to about being back in Hamilton? First thing you're going to do once you're back in town?
And it's just getting back with the boys, like the DB room. It's the funnest time of the year for me, and then just the city of Hamilton. I love it there. I can't wait to see the fans again. Can't wait for game day. I love it all.
Awesome. Tunde, thanks so much for doing this. It's always great to catch up with you. And like I said, see you sooner than later. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, can't wait to see you too. Appreciate it.